business about audiences, do you find that they... I mean, you've said some quite upsetting things tonight, for instance, you know, Jesus and the cross, and I mean, we're talking America and religion here. I mean, you must upset quite a few people. So what do you do? How do you... I mean, is that what you really want to do? Upset them, or do you want to make them sit up and think? Or?
No, it's interesting. Like last night, I had an incident in a club wherein half the people were applauding and the other half left.
You could use that in your next act.
I will do that. But how can you do that? And I don't understand.
I know,
that's
but
what TV is. Watch TV. Don't come to my show.
This kind of culture here wants mainstream. But people want mainstream. They want you to be on the television. They want, you know, don't you want that?
Who wants me? Oh, apparently everyone wants me, but the producers. Who wants me to be on TV?
Producers don't want you.
No, there's different ways to do this on TV, but to get back to your point, I don't try to be shocking. I want someone to be my friend who doesn't like me? No. Leave. A lot of people liked it.
They did. A lot of people liked it, but I just felt that sometimes, you know, that these things, these issues that you come up with are really quite near the knuckle. And I mean, if for instance, you know, people want to make a TV program, have you on television, it's going to be very hard for them. I mean, do you get edited out? Do you get censored? You must do.
Definitely. And I find that ironic. I can't go on TV and talk about a commercial that's on TV because the commercial is so graphic. And when you talk about it, they go, that's too graphic. Wait a minute, it's on your show. I'm just saying, did you just see that commercial that was on? You can't do that. It's too dirty. So, I mean, how am I supposed to react to that?
Offend some of your friends?
Never. My friends egg me on. We try to top each other. We know when we got each other gagging that we've hit some gold here. But no, my friends never are offended by me.
It's a very American thing, that, too, to egg each other on. We're a bit more staid in England, aren't we, in that respect?
I mean, how do you find the English audiences? I mean, is there a huge difference between the way English audiences react and American audiences react?
I think from my experience, my first times over, they were perhaps a little shocked. But then, I mean, any place that produced the Sex Pistols, there's obviously an audience for me. And
well, we're laughing.
So, I mean, you know, it's the same everywhere. What is the difference? You either see the truth, or you sit there and you accept lies, and you live a life. What is it they say? The unexamined life is not worth living? I try to examine life. That's all. And if that makes you uncomfortable, I can't imagine what your day-to-day experience is like.
Well, I'm just a producer. He's a director.
We're just looking at it from an objective point of view.
Set something up for comedy.
Well, I'm talking about for the audience. If they're upset, I can't imagine what do they think about it.
But we have to think for the audience that we're producing.
Wow. Oh, am I? Did I just get in on the inner meeting here? We will think for them. Where's the chalice of goat blood? We will rule the airwaves. We will tell people what to drink.
Well, no, I don't necessarily agree with that, obviously.
No. I don't know where the standards are. What standards? What standards can you have? What standards are there?
Well, we have to have certain standards because of the comfortable lives that people are living. They want to remain comfortable.
Are they? Everyone's living a comfortable life?
Well, not everybody's.
How about those Iraqis who just had 5,000 missiles launched on them?
But it's still this
But they're over there. We're over here. I mean, is it real or isn't it real? You know, what do you talk about? What is interesting?
I can see your point there, especially with regards to America. I think America very often feels that, like, it's not happening here. It's way over there, where we in Europe feel things a lot closer. So there is a much more.
I think there's some more awareness of that. Another thing, America's never been bombed.
Right.
You guys have been bombed. You know someone else can impose their will on you.
Yeah.
Well, somebody did try to bomb you.
Who?
The Japanese.
I'll get to the bottom of that later. When did this happen?
It's about 1941, wasn't it?
Oh, I wasn't born. I had nothing to do with it. Phew.
Neither was
For a minute. But no, I really don't see why it's so strange to people to talk about things like philosophy. Why is that odd? Why is talking about philosophy and comedy in the same breath confusing? I think that's what...
It's very hard for people when they watch television and comedy and they want to be entertained,
Yes.
right?
Right, because
It's
you're
very hard.
not dealing with a really intelligent audience a lot of the time.
So I should
Some
change...
Some people
You're
find it
dealing-
very hard to think and laugh at the same time.
Yeah. A lot of people don't want philosophy
Or
when
they
they want
laugh,
comedy.
and
They
then
just
they
want to
think
laugh.
afterwards.
I mean, you may or I may, but your average punter.
Well,
probably
I
doesn't.
can't imagine how to do that, so I will leave that to the million of other comics who seem to foot the bill.
There's plenty of them, I guess.
I just always thought thinking was entertaining and anything could be made funny. I think the comedy highway is strewn with the corpses of people who have proved this.
Who's your
Yeah.
hero? Who's your comic?
I mean, I
comedy
personally
hero?
think you're absolutely right. We're just talking from a,
Right.
you know,
Right. I don't know
entertainment
if
point of view.
like people. I like Bob Dylan. He's my comedy hero.
He's funny?
I'm the only one laughing, but I get him. Everyone else is clapping and singing along. I like Jonathan Swift and Mark Twain and Lenny Bruce. And,
Lenny Bruce, he didn't last long in England, though, did he?
they came out with that one great
right,
bit,
exactly.
the
And they
Palladium.
put him back on the plane.
Through the Irish.
Yeah,
Good night.
they tried to get him.
You see, he's someone that never compromised.
No,
Right. But he's also someone
it's a
who's
pretty sad story.
a
though.
drug addict.
Yeah.
I don't know, what I feel is that there is an audience out there, and no, they're not the mainstream. No, they are not the
And
majority.
you appeal to them.
Yeah, and there's enough. That is enough. And I tell you something, it's a lot more fulfilling to get a laugh with something that you actually believe in than it is to compromise.
That was very much
Very
Lenny
fulfilling.
Bruce's thing, wasn't it? I mean, he actually said, I'm not a comedian. That was one of his big statements.
Exactly.
So, all very well, I mean, good for him, but, then that's, again, a very fine line. At one point, he is a comedian, but and then he's saying he's not a comedian. It's hard for a lot of people to understand that. I'm not saying me personally, but I think that's probably why he wouldn't go down so well in England, or didn't go down well in England.
You're losing me a bit, Dick, here.
I'm losing myself here.
I know exactly where both of you are. Well, that's a good point, though. Lenny Bruce said, I'm not a comedian, I'm Lenny
Yeah,
Bruce.
yeah.
And I feel the same thing. I'm not a comedian.
Right.
I'm Bill Hicks.
You're Bill Hicks.
Right.
Like, there's no persona. You are up
No.
there as you.
Yeah. Well, what persona is there in I don't in a lot of things? I
Well,
mean,
a lot of
musicians, there's no
comedians do have a
persona.
persona in order to get away with
use
what they
that
want.
one a lot,
So that when you actually talk to them, like Chubby Brown, they want you to know that you're not.
Yeah. He was
But
very
that's
insistent
not
that it
him.
wasn't him.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
not
because
him.
well, I don't blame
Really?
him.
Oh yes. He wants you to know that he's a happy
And yet he
married
did say
guy.
he spent a lot of time.